All right, so Spanish music in the background. I'm making potato tortilla, which is a Spanish tapa. Nothing really, I invented here. But what's nice about it, what I like about it, I started because I don't want to take too long, is that it's, I love it as a little lunch on the go to put in the lunchbox for the kids, or just to have cold or hot, right? But it's wonderful at room temperature, or cold or hot, however you do. And it's basically one potato, and I do it for one, so it's a big, 4 slices for one person. Beautiful. It's one russet potato that I peel, rinse, dry nicely, cut up, nice little chunks, and I saute it in a non-stick pan with a little canola oil. And I'm smiling because this could be a formula for disaster on camera. Not that it ever is, in real life. I do it. I'm not self-conscious, but just because I'm on camera, something's gonna happen. But maybe not. Anyway, so while it's cooking and I'm covering it, because you want the potatoes to be just almost completely cooked by the time you put the eggs. That's an interesting thing. Eggs, for the first, 5, 10 years, 8 years of our lives together, David, we wouldn't eat any eggs because the science was, toward, there's cholesterol in the egg yolk, and so we didn't eat eggs. Or I just, in my baking or something, I use only egg whites. And then with the science, the evidence piled up to show that the eggs were actually exonerated. That wasn't even my fun. Right? So David can tell you more about it, or you can read more about it. But now eggs are good, and so we use them in our cooking. And again, everything in moderation, but absolutely, eggs, egg yolk, fine. So I got 3 eggs, put a little salt, like about 1/8 of a teaspoon, a little onion powder, and just beat it. Then all I'm going to do, see, beautiful. The potatoes, they look nice and soft and a little brown. So what I'm going to do is make sure they're kind of in a nice layer. I want to cook them a little longer because I can feel that they're not completely tender. And basically, the cooking is going to happen now and then a little bit more with the eggs on top. But you want to make sure that your potatoes are nice and tender, because you don't like a raw potato. They're just nothing very appealing about it. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes and hope that nothing starts to, get a fire alarm or something, or the dogs start barking. Something's going to happen. Probably it's when I actually, let me just tell you what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to put these eggs on top, let them cook, let them kind of settle until it's basically cooked, except for a little bit in the middle, a little runny, not too much. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse this onto the plate, and then the part that's uncooked, slide back onto the pan and cook it. So what it's going to create is this wonderful tortilla, which is basically a potato omelet, but it's thick, it's consistent. You can slice it and just eat it with your hands. It's wonderful. I'm originally from the south of France. I was born and raised there until I came to this country. I was 14. Didn't speak a word of English, as you can probably tell. And I lived in Perpignan, which is a very tip southern France, so at the border of Spain. So we'd go to Spain for lunch or for the weekend. So tortillas was part of our repertoire. Okay, so I'm ready. Yeah, these are ready now. Good. So as I was saying, I want to make sure that basically in one layer. Okay. And I am going to pour the eggs. And you saw eggs, 3 eggs, a little salt, a little onion powder, done. And what I do, I like that sound, just let it go to make sure that it's nice and round all over. And I'm going to This would be nice if there was a little editing, but I'm hoping because it's not a big pan. And by the way, do not use a big pan. I have used a bigger pan because I say, hey, you know, why do I make small ones? I'm going to make a bigger one. You should have seen that on the camera. It was not a pretty thing because, you know, it's not easy with one hand and with a big pan, and then your plate is not necessarily completely flat, so you turn it. The middle was not, it was not completely settled, so it was not pretty thing. So I really, right now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cover it a little just to kind of activate the thing, and kind of wait here. This is the part where I wish it were. I could edit, because I mean I would spare you just watching me for 20 years here. I put a little pepper. And see, this is not settled enough. I don't know if you can see. You need to have it, you know, kind of the egg, all around it's ready. You see, you can feel it because, you know, you go around and you can lift it up, but not the middle. The middle is still going. Oh, I wish I could show you. I don't know, maybe this is not one of those, unless you're patient and just wait. I mean, I guess there's no reason for you. I mean, if you're bored, you could just stop it. And oh, I know, you can fast forward it. So, so fast forward through this, because there's no way I can speed this up. And if I were to turn it now, it would be a disaster, which I bet you probably want to see, but I'm not going to do that. So come on. Ding, 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 ding. There's a little patience that has to. Maybe this is one of those I just can't show on a video. You can just fast forward. I have to make it because I'm making it for my son. He loves this, and again, you know, you can serve it cold. So I put it in an aluminum foil already sliced, ready to go. So good. You know what? I wonder if I want to use. I'm going to use a bigger plate to make sure that it doesn't create disaster on me. Shall I do it? Oh God! Okay. Yeah, okay, so I would like to, I should wait a little longer than this because the middle is really, oh come on, is not settled enough. It's going to be a disaster. I know it. I know it. I know it. Come on, come on. But at least you get the idea of what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. Okay. Okay, so here's what I do. Here comes nothing. Hey, not bad! Okay, so you get the idea. So I have it cooked on this side, but now I have to cook the underside, which is a little runny. So I just slice it back. Ooh-wee! Am I proud of myself? Whoa! And basically that's it. I will spare you. What I'm going to do is it's going to cook, and then when you're done, you slide it back on a plate. Let it cool a little bit so it solidifies. Cut it and slice it. It's delicious. Enjoy.